Until you have the right knowledge about someone, you may not effectively understand them. And when you don't effectively understand someone, you will not know how to rightly express your love and affection towards them. Understanding is what helps love to thrive in relationships. Understanding is what helps love to thrive in relationships. Now, it's important that as you date someone or as you get married to someone or you're in a marriage relationship with that person, it's important to seek to understand them. It's important to get to know them. It's important to study them. If you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone, for instance, you're going to spend the rest 40 or 50 years of your life with someone, and you don't know the person or you don't seek to know the person or understand that person, then you're probably going to hit a roadblock or you're going to end up in disaster. If you're going to go to school to study a course for 4 years, for 5 years, for 2 years, or 3 years even, then you should understand that marriage is a course and it's a life course, so it requires continuous learning. And continuous learning requires that you study your spouse. So there are a few things that are important that you have to take out of this session in terms of seeking to understand someone. How do you seek to understand someone so that you can effectively love them and so that your love can thrive in that relationship? The first thing is to know what they value. What does your partner value? What do they value? What are the things that are important to them? What are the things that keeps them awake? What are the things that give them sleepless nights? What are they passionate about? What are the core things that they value? What are those core things that they value? When you understand or you find out or you have a knowledge of the core things they value and you intentionally love them in that direction or in that area of their lives, then your love or your marriage or your relationship will improve. If, for instance, they are passionate about business, they love business, it keeps them awake, it's one of the things that they value so much. It's important to buy them a book on business. It's important to help them open a business, help them build that business. Because when you do that, what you're doing is that you are loving them in the area of what they value. And they will definitely appreciate you for that. They will feel loved. That is really very important. If they love God, buy them a tape, buy them a worship song, just do something in an area of value that they have, and they would really appreciate you for that. The next thing is about knowing what their love language is. We all have love languages. There is affection, there is touch, there is gift, there is word of affirmation, there is act of service. These are the different love languages, and we as individuals have these different love languages. Find out what the love language of your spouse is. Find out what the love language of your partner is, and begin to intentionally love them in that direction. If they love words of affirmation, if they feel loved when you say the right things, the sweetest of things, then be intentional about doing that regularly, because when you do that, it helps to increase the love that exists between the both of you. So it's important to know what their love language is. If it's act of service, identify it and begin to act towards that direction, because when you do, you're going to improve a lot in your relationship. Then the next thing is to be sensitive to their needs per time. To be sensitive to their needs per time. We all have needs, and it's important to understand how to be sensitive to people's needs. Because if you're able to study your partner, you see when they are tired, and you can offer help in that area, then it shows that you understand them. It shows that you have a knowledge of them, and you can love them in that direction. So when they are tired, you offer to give them a body massage. You offer to tell them to just relax. Let me take care of the chores for today, or you You prepare the meal, serve them breakfast in bed, and all of that, based on the fact that they are tired. Prepare a hot bath for them. What you're doing is you've studied them, you know when they're tired, you know when they're afraid, you know when they're anxious, and you are able to step in at that time, because at that point, what they need from you is that support. What they need from you is for you to show them love at that time. So it's important that you understand what their needs are. So being sensitive of their needs per time would also be, something very good. So it means that you really need to understand them. The other thing is to know what their temperament is. Know their temperament. This is very important. As you're studying your partner, it's important to know what their temperament is. So there are introverts and there are extroverts. Introverts, for instance, would prefer a quiet birthday dinner. Something quiet, something, just between the two of you, or maybe a couple of friends. It's fine. They just want something quiet, or some of them will just want to spend time alone with you, and that's okay. But an extrovert will want a party. An extrovert will want 50 or 100 people to attend the party. They want it loud. They want it huge. They want it extravagant and all of that. It's important to understand your partner, study them to know what their temperament is, because it also will help you know how to effectively love them. So if he or she is an extrovert that loves party, you don't decide to celebrate their birthdays with just the two of you on a quiet dinner. It won't work. They may appreciate it, but you would have made them happier if it was a large, elaborate party and a lot of people are invited. So it's important to understand your partner, study them, understand them, so you can love them in that area of understanding. So understand what their temperament is. They could be phlegmatic, they could be melancholic, they could be choleric, and all of that. So it's important to understand what their temperament is, how they express themselves, and then you can work with them in that area and effectively love them. Ask questions. I believe that anyone who asks questions does not miss road. That's what an African proverb says. He that asks questions will not miss their way. So ask questions. Ask them what they like. Just talk to them. Be curious, because curiosity will breed knowledge. Curiosity will breed information. Curiosity breeds understanding. Ask them what their growing up days was like. What was growing up in their house or in their family was like. They should tell you about their parents. They should tell you about their siblings. They should tell you about the schools they went to. They should tell you about their experiences growing up and all of that. They should talk to you about their teenage years. They should talk to you about everything. Because when you ask questions, you get to know them more. When you ask questions, you get to understand why they behave the way they behave. And because you understand the way they behave or where they are coming from, it helps you know how to love them. It helps you know how to effectively take care of them. Know who they are. Know where they're coming from. Know where they're going to. Know what they're passionate about. Know who they love. Know who they don't love. Know their relationship with God. Know everything as much as you can. Because when you really know who they are, you would know how to effectively love them. So, love thrives in understanding. Love thrives in understanding. When you understand your spouse, when you study them to know them, when you study your partner to know them, it will help your loving to be effective. A lot of times we love the people we don't know. We love people we have no knowledge about. That's why our love failed. Our love doesn't fail because we are wicked. Our love doesn't fail because we don't have love for that person. Our love fails because we are pouring our love on a rock and it's not being absorbed by the person we are pouring it into. And that person does not appreciate it because you are you are speaking a different language to what they understand. So it's important that you study your partner, study the person that you're with, you're going to live the rest of your life with, or you're living your life with. Study them so that you can effectively know how to love them. Love thrives in understanding. And I hope that this would help you build a better relationship. Receive sense.